Hello and welcome to a practice all about creating ease in your neck and shoulders. All right, find a comfortable seat. That seat can be on a blanket, on a pillow, on anything that makes sitting down more comfortable for you. Your legs can be crisscross with blankets under your knees. Really just find a position that is sustainable and at least close to comfortable, because we're going to be on the ground for a little bit of time while we work on the neck and shoulders. Once you have found an easy, comfortable seat, please place your hands on your knees with the palms facing down. From there, find a little extra length in your spine. Look down over the tip of your nose. And when it feels safe to close your eyeballs, do. Take a big breath in as if the length of your spine grew an inch taller. Breathe out and gently lower your chin down towards your chest. It might not touch, but let's let that be the direction. It's a little tricky, but keep your head down and your spine long at the same time. Now from here, start to roll your ear down to the right towards the right shoulder. Pause, feel, notice what you find. And let's do the same thing in the other direction. Bring the chin back down through center first, and then roll left ear down towards left shoulder. Pause and notice what you feel. Now this is the basic mechanics. Continue to roll the head down from side to side, and you're simply taking an inventory of your starting place, noticing what you feel, where you feel it, and how it feels. And I promise there's no wrong answer. Whew. The next time your chin is down at center, slowly is the name of the game, draw your head back up to a neutral position. From there, breathe in, lift your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, give them a big roll back and down. Let's do it again. Breathe in, shoulders up to ears. Exhale, big roll back and down. Good. Now breathe in, lift just your right arm up to the sky and bend the elbow. Think of the elbow as the tip of a pencil that wants to draw a circle, and start to draw a great big circle by your side. Now, even though the elbow is leading the movement, take your attention to your shoulder blade and feel how it moves in different directions on your back while you draw your circle. Okay, good. Let it go. Right hand comes back down. Shimmy out of the extra. Same. Breath in, lift your left arm up to the sky, bend the elbow. Elbow's the tip of the pencil. Exhale, draw the circles. And as you draw the circles with the elbow leading, bring the attention to the shoulder blade and feel how it moves on the body as you do. Okay, good. Next, exhale, release, left hand back down to your knee. Both together. Inhale, both shoulders come up to your ears. Exhale, big roll of the shoulders back and down. Leave your shoulders gathered back and down like this. Take your hands, reach them behind your back, and interlace your fingers together. And as you do, you're going to use that connection to walk your shoulder blades in closer to each other on your back. For most of us, that might not be much or any at all. That's the direction we're going. Pulling the shoulder blades together and letting the heart pop forward and open. With shoulder blades together and hands clasped, again, breathe in, grow an inch taller in your spine. Exhale, soften your chin down towards your chest. Keep your chin low, roll the head from side to side. Sensation is fine, but pain is not. If it hurts, you should stop. And simply notice what you feel and what you find. From there, with the head down at center, lift it back up to neutral again. Now, gently release the hands back to the knees, and in a free-form way, kind of roll out through your shoulders, any way that feels good to you. And we're going to use the following set of therapeutic movements to move more deeply into these muscles right here and to hopefully make them a little bit longer and softer. So starting with hands on the knees. Breathe in, sit well. Exhale, drop chin to chest. Inhale, roll your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Now keep it there. We're going to leave it there for a bit. And take your attention to your left shoulder. Feel it pull down and then back. You might already be feeling enough. Those who crave more sensation, take the left hand off the knee, down to the ground beside you, up on the tips of the fingers. From here, walk the fingertips away from the body first, and then towards the back of the room second. Pause there, and with that, you might be able to roll that left shoulder back and down even more. This is perhaps enough, but if you still crave more, we'll take the right hand to the top of the head, and you're really gently pulling your ear towards your shoulder while your left shoulder pulls back and down at the same time. And those opposing forces hopefully help open up the left side of the neck. We'll stay right here. Slow, deep, steady breath. Now in a really subtle shift, nothing changes except the direction your nose is pointing. Take your nose and gently point it down at your right knee. You might change where your hand rests on your head in reaction. And continue to stay and breathe into whatever you find. Let's do one more slow breath here. Those who have a hand on the head, first let that hand come back to the knee, nothing else changes. And then all of us will drive the chin back down to center. If the left hand is not on the knee, please return it there. And with hands on the knees, gently press down to lift the head back up to neutral. Keep the eyes closed so you can stay in a feeling space. And perhaps you can notice a difference between one side of the neck and the other. Next, inhale, grow an inch taller in your spine. Exhale, gently lower your chin back down to your chest. This time, breathe in, roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. And of course, we're going to pause and stay here, layering on and pausing at any time you've had enough. So first, perhaps the right shoulder rolls back and down. Second, the right hand comes off the knees to the ground on fingertips and walks away from the body first, to the back of the room second. And once the hand is placed, that right shoulder can roll back and down even more. Enough, or take the left hand to the head and gently pull the ear towards the shoulder while the right shoulder pulls back and down. And find that very subtle shift where nothing changes except your nose. Letting your nose point down towards your left knee and adjusting the hand on the head as necessary. Two more slow, deep breaths. My friends who have the hand on the head, let's remove that first, bring it back to the knee. All of us will take the head back down and to center, where we can return right hand to right knee, gently press into the knees to drag the head back up to center. From here, take a big breath in. Open mouth, let all the air go. Breath in, press down into your knees and feel the length of your spine. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. And perhaps this is enough. If you don't feel a lot here, interlace your fingers together. Take the interlaced fingers up to the big part of the skull where it sticks out and gently press. So you're gently pressing your chin into your chest. And drop your elbows a little bit closer to your ears as you do. Stay here and breathe. Two more slow, deep breaths. And we'll leave the head exactly where it is. Gently release your hands to your knees. Press into your knees to drag your head slowly back up to center. And when it does, make it keep your eyes closed. And allow your head to turn in the tiniest circles in space, as if your head is simply gently rotating on an axis point. And switch directions. When your head wants to rest in stillness, let it. And in that stillness, simply notice how you feel. When you're good and ready, flutter your eyes open to come back into the space. And we'll move a little bit more deeply into the shoulders again. So let's take a break from your legs. Lean back so that your hands are on the ground behind you. Place the soles of your feet on the earth and let your knees windshield wipe from side to side. This next practice, it isn't as important that you're seated on the ground. You won't need the floor for support. So if you'd like to move to a chair or a more comfortable seat, please do that. Otherwise, come back to your comfortable cross-legged seat, whatever that happens to look like in your body. And in your seat, hands on your knees. Big breath in to grow the length of the spine. All extra air out through the mouth. Good. Inhale, take both arms and reach them straight forward in front of you. Exhale, take your right arm underneath your left arm and stack your elbows. This stacking of the elbows, this is the most important ingredient. So let this be the most important thing. Bend at your elbows while they stay stacked. Now, my friends who have tighter shoulders, you're simply going to take your hands and reach to hold onto your shoulders, keeping the elbows as stacked as possible. Those of you who have a bit more space to play with, instead of the shoulders, you'll let the backs of your hands come together to touch. And those of you who have a lot of space to play with, we'll take the palms together to touch instead. And really, whichever one you have, it makes no difference. The elbows, let that be the most important thing. Whatever you have, sit well. Draw your belly in just a little bit so that it makes you feel like you can sit tall with more support. Let your shoulders come back and down. Keep your shoulders down and lift your elbows just an inch or two. Less is more. As best you can, start to press arm into arm and drag the hands a little bit away from the face until you feel the height of sensation. When you do, close your eyes and breathe into whatever it is that you are finding and feeling. Which is just to say you watch the breath out travel to wherever you find resistance. Let's give it 2 more breaths. Okay, now for this last one, breathe in and press your hands together so much it's uncomfortable and you don't really want to. And then on the exhale, splat. Let your arms fall and roll out through your shoulders, hopefully in a way that feels good to you. Okay, now of course, we're going to do it on the other side as well. So sit well. Inhale, both arms reach forward. Exhale, left arm goes underneath the right. You stack the elbows, bend the elbows, and then catch wherever is right for you, be it shoulders, backs of hands, or palms connecting. Regardless, sit well, belly up and in. Shoulders back and down. Elbows lift just a little bit. Arms press into each other as the hands drag just a little bit away from the face. Close the eyes, find what you feel, and send it breath. Okay, this next inhale, press, 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 more than you want to press. Exhale, splat, and gently roll out through your shoulders in space. Now, inhale, both arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows and catch your hands over your head. From there, gently pull your elbows back while your heart pops up and take a big breath in. Exhale, hands come back down to rest on the knees. Inhale, press into your knees, grow an inch taller. Exhale, reach your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers like we did before, and use that connection to shimmy the shoulders in, perhaps more closely than when we started. Breath in, pull the fist away from your bottom. Exhale, feel the chin come back to neutral. 2 breaths to hold here. On empty, gently release your hands back to your knees. Take an inhale, press down, grow an inch. Exhale, lower your chin to your chest, and just like we started, let the head roll a bit from side to side. Using this space and time to notice what you feel and where you feel it. And the next time the head passes down through center, Press into your hands to gently lift your head back up to neutral. With the eyes closed, pause for a few breaths to notice how you feel. When you feel good and ready, allow the eyes to flutter open again. And I hope that your neck is feeling a little bit softer and a little bit more pleasant. And know that these practices are now in your tool belt and you can always come back to them to help build a little bit more comfort and ease in both your neck and shoulders.